Yes, hello and welcome to Sports Update on Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashimi. Yes, it is the saga still ongoing at that is in Libya, but thank God the players are safe as we speak. Arrangement has been made, and they are due to be back in Nigeria. If not, because the whole incident that happened in Libya is not what we expected, and it's not something that should be happening in African football. It actually gives a picture of what the kind of people we are, and that is what Libya has done to the Super Eagles of Nigeria since yesterday when they landed in that country for them to take part in match the 4 of the Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers between them and the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We will get to that story. We'll actually be looking at that. We'll be getting the videos, and then a lot of reactions to that incident in Libya, and also we'll be hearing from the foreign minister, that is Ambassador Yusuf Tuga, before the team left Libya. We'll be listening to him, and also we'll be listening to Lagos State FA Chairman Lamidi speaking while they were in Libya there, what happened and what have you, and we'll also look at some video clips of that particular incident where the players were left stranded at the Albrak airport. All right, let's begin from boxing. Yes, a lot of boxing pundits have been waiting for this particular one, and eventually and finally the organizers confirmed Joshua versus Dubois rematch. Yes, that rematch has been set for next year. That is 2025, February precisely, but the date in February has not really been given, but the month has been confirmed. That fight will come up in February next year. That is February 2025, coming next year. And for Anthony Joshua, he wants to reclaim that bet. He wants to take that bet from Daniel Dubois, and also reclaim his ground when it comes to world boxing. I don't know if Ayola Deleke is ready to join on the show this evening. So we are expecting the rematch between Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois come next year. Anthony Joshua really, after that fight, he said he wants to join the ranks of Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield. Those are fighters who were world champions 3 times. So he also wants to join that ranks, becoming one of the boxers that wins the bet for 3 good times. And let me say, Nigerians are actually supporting Anthony Joshua for that dream to come true. So good one. We are expecting that fight to come up in February next year. All right, let's leave boxing and quickly let's look at the volleyball, the National Volleyball Division 1 and 2 League that is ongoing in Abia State, Umahia, precisely at Umahia Township Stadium. It is day 2, and as we speak, day 3 actions, games are ongoing, and definitely you have to get those results of day 3 actions. They are still playing as we speak, but let's look at day 2 results of games that we are playing. The likes of NAF, USM maintaining their beating run. Yes, for NAF Rockets, they came back after losing in match day 1. They defeated G-Ranks 3-love in that game. The first set was 25-22. Second set, they took it 25-17. And the third set for G-Ranks, they gave a fight, a very good fight. Only 4 points separating them in the third set, but it was 3-love against G-Ranks. And then for USM Volleyball Club, they spanked Katsina United also by 3-love, 25-18. The first set, second set was 25-15, and the third set was 25-17, winning all 3 sets. And for Safety Spikers of Abuja, they lost to Sword Volleyball Club 3-2, 21-25 first set. The second set, Sword FC won 25-20, and then the third set they lost, the fourth set, and then the last one they lost scandalously 9-15 points. And then for Life Camp Volleyball Club against Kwara United, Life Camp Volleyball Club is of Abuja. That game was postponed, so we are expecting the 3 results to come up, and a lot of action going on in Division 1 and Division 2 of the volleyball league in Nigeria, organized by the Nigerian Volleyball Federation. All right, let's quickly leave Umar here and go back to Super Eagles and look at what is going. But the good news is that CAF has already opened disciplinary investigation into this particular incident. So we are waiting for the disciplinary committee of CAF to finish with their investigation and probably come out with a statement, a sanction, whatever, for the Libyan FA with the treatment that they meted out to the Super Eagles of Nigeria and their coaching crew and every NFF official that landed in that country for the match, the 4 African Cup of Nations qualifier. So the CAF already is into the matter, and we are expecting them to come up with their findings and probably make a statement to that effect, and let's see what they will do. But it's not the news now is NFF pulls Super Eagles out of Libya game. Yes, after putting into consideration the lives of the player, we saw some images. If you can have those images on the screen, how Super Eagles players were left stranded at that stadium. We saw video clips in the morning show how the players were left sleeping in the airport. Some of them it was not even conducive for them. Some were sitting down, some were trying to, at least even there was no water, internet was not provided for them to use. A lot of incidents happened at that particular airport, as you can see on the screen. Look at the players sitting down, left stranded, and it's not what we actually want with African football. But let's take the reaction before they left Libya, because like I said, they are already out of that country. Let's listen to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Yusuf Tuga, who actually spoke before the team left Libya. Let's take a listen to the Foreign Affairs Minister.
Audio, we're good? Yes, sir. So we know you have tweeted about it, that you're monitoring the situation, the Super Eagles being stranded. Some have described it as, hostage taking of the Nigerian Super Eagles, the elite football team of the country. But can you tell us more, since you're here, what's the situation and what are you doing about the Libya situation?
Well, it's the most unfortunate situation because the Super Eagles flew to Libya to play a match. As you know, the Libyan team was here. They were supposed to land in Uyo. Instead, they went and landed in Port Harcourt, where they were not supposed to land. And now our team has gone to Libya, and somehow the plane gets diverted to a different airport. And unfortunately, at that airport, there is no aviation fuel, because what we have just decided is they need to refuel and get out. We will not be able to allow them to continue. No food. It's a good thing when they landed in Kano, they actually even got some water, some cartons of water. Otherwise, even water would have been a problem. But suffice it to say that we have established contact with them. We've sent people from the mission to go there that are representing the mission. They are in touch with the delegation there. I am also communicating directly with the chairman, and since last night we've been on the phone with the chargé d'affaires, because Libya doesn't have an ambassador here, so we're in touch with the chargé d'affaires, and I'm heading back to the ministry now, where we have summoned the chargé d'affaires, the Libyan chargé d'affaires. This issue has to be resolved as quickly as possible. So we're on top of the situation.
Thank you very much, Minister. Thank you so much.
Okay, we heard from the foreign minister himself there talking about the incident involving the Super Eagles treatment at the Al-Barak Stadium in Libya. Also, let's listen to the Lagos State FA chairman also speaking, who was right there in Libya concerning this particular incident. Okay, when we have that, Okay, when we have that video, we will actually bring it up. Like you heard from the minister, they actually did all they can, and it's good that the response. Okay, let's take that video now quickly, and we'll be right back.
So tired. We've been here for over 15 hours, so we will try our best to refuel and hopefully go back to Nigeria and do it according to the rules and regulations of CAF. Write a formal letter to CAF that maybe this match should be postponed or rescheduled to another date. Thank you.
For 15 hours, that team was left stranded with no food, no water at all. That's a very harsh one coming in from the Libyans to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. There were claims that they also went through the same incident here in Nigeria days ago when they came to the country. But NFF actually gave every fact, every reason of what actually happened. They made their own arrangement of landing in Port Harcourt instead of Uyo, where that game took place, and they also did some arrangements, some shady arrangements that the NFF was not involved, and they started complaining. But NFF actually did all they can to give them the best of reception, despite with their kind of arrangement they made themselves. And you saw that reaction on the pitch of play, where they were playing, delaying all the time. They wanted to get a draw, and even after that game, you saw what the players and the coaching crew did to the referee. They ran to the referee, and it was as if something else would have happened in that particular game, if not how the referee was being matured, and also for the security agents who were there, they actually had to just pull them back. And look at what they did to the Super Eagles. All right, still talking about this particular incident from what the Libyan did to the Super Eagles. One player for the Super Eagles is talking because of injury, he was not there. If not, he would have been part of this team that is going through this kind of incident, this issue right now. That is Victor Osimhen, who is the current African player of the year. Osimhen frowns at Libya over Super Eagles inhuman treatment. You don't do that. This is football. Football is a unifying factor and is a friendly sport. Is a sport that is accommodating, and you don't need to do this. The world is watching. You can't have this kind of incident happening in UEFA competition or FIFA organized competition. Once a competition is being organized, logistics are being taken care of, and the country where that match is going to take place, all you need to do is to welcome your guests, give them the best of reception and what have you. But the Libyans have actually failed in that aspect. This is not the first time they are doing it. If you remember, Eniba playing against Al-Ali Benghazi of Libya, they also made this treatment in 2021. They were supposed to use the stadium, the floodlight of the stadium was switched off immediately. Eniba players arrived at particular stadium, wanted to have their own training. They switched off the floodlight of the stadium. Players has to use their phone lights and what have you to find their way out of this. For us, the light was not put on. So this is not the first time we'll be witnessing such incident with maybe teams going to Libya to actually play football matches. So I think CAF need to wake up. CAF actually needs to come out with a stiffer sanction, with a stiffer penalty with this. But for Victor Osimhen, he's not happy of what his teammates, his friends actually went through right there in Libya. So he has come out. He is the current African Footballer of the Year. He has come out actually to condemn that act by the Libyans, what they did to the Super Eagles. Despite that, we have qualifiers, we have games that will be coming up tonight in the AFCON qualifiers. Already we know that in the morning we looked at Burkina Faso becoming the first African country to qualify for the AFCON 2025 in Morocco after they defeated Burundi 2-0. All right, for the games that will be coming up tonight, we have Liberia against Equatorial Guinea. Togo will play Algeria. That game will happen in Lomé. And then for the Liberia game will happen at the Samuel Doe Stadium. in Liberia, that is in Monrovia. Then in Group I, we have Eswatini against Mozambique, and then for Zimbabwe, they will play Namibia. So these games will be coming up tonight in the AFCON qualifier. So it's a good one that we're having the qualifier still ongoing. But for the Super Eagles, let's see what CAF will do, and let's just wait for CAF is actually investigating the incident. We cannot really say this is what CAF will do right now until CAF finish with their investigation, and we'll know what the conclusion of their investigation. Will now know what they will come up with. Either they will, maybe, just maybe, they will ask the Super Eagles to play that match in a neutral ground, or probably like I said, come out with a stiffer penalty and know what at least it's going to serve as a deterrent to other countries who want to try such a thing. This is, like I said, this is not the first time. They have been getting away with a lot of these kind of antics, but this time around they have gone beyond the limit. All right, let's leave that and go straight to Europe. Games will be coming up tonight in the UEFA Nations League. You know, just as the African qualifiers is ongoing, the UEFA Nations League is also ongoing. It's a competition involving all of the, just to bring all of the European countries together, both the smaller countries, let them at least play against the big boys. We have in Group 1 Azerbaijan against Slovakia, Georgia will play Albania, and Estonia will play Sweden, and the Czech Republic will travel to face Ukraine. And then in Group 2 we have Belgium against France. That is the big match. That is the big match of the night. And then Italy versus Israel. And then in Group 3 we have Bosnia-Herzegovina against Hungary. Germany will play Netherlands, the German machine, against the Orange Boys of the Netherlands. So that is another cracker tonight. Belgium, France, Germany, Netherlands. And then in Group 4 we have Iceland against Turkey. Wales will battle Montenegro. All right, I have Ayola Deleke all the way from Benin City joining me this evening quickly to look at the incident surrounding Super Eagles treatment, inhuman treatment they faced in Libya. Welcome to Sports Update on Trust TV. Quickly, Ayola. Can you hear me? Okay, please, you have to work on your audio so that we can hear you. At least maybe you have one or two to say about that particular incident involving the Super Eagles and their Libyan counterpart in Libya. We like I said. Okay, hello, Ayola, can you hear me?
I hear you clearly. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. All right, quickly, just one or two about the Super Eagles, what they have been facing for 15 hours. They were in that country, held hostage, no food, no water, no attention, no reception was given to them. And it's not good for our own African football.
Yeah, it's not just about being good for African football or not. This is nothing but terrorism, if I may put it that way. You know, I like to be blunt in some cases. And what Libya has just done is nothing short of terrorism, you know, in another African country. How do you hold a team, not just any citizen from another country? If not for this match, Nigerian players wouldn't have been in Libya for the match, but they were there for a purpose. So they have to be treated with special, accommodation and all that. But they got there and you held them, firstly diverting their flights from where they were originally scheduled to land to another place, and you led them there for 15 hours without food, without water. Let's even forget about internet or what have you. Without food, without water for 15 hours, and you expect them to come play against your team tomorrow. This is Jimmy. This is taking too far. And this could have led to something, entirely different. Why do they eventually come back to say that they want them to go and land in Benghazi? The first place you denied them of going to. You know, I think CAF has allowed this thing to go on to linger for years without melting out a right punishment to offending countries. And that is why the northern part of the African, most especially, they always found guilty of doing this thing, have always been escaping going on with this one. But I feel from what happened to Super Eagles today. You know, this is even a matter that has gone international. You know, we can see international media calling out to some of our colleagues, reaching out to them, asking them questions. So it says a lot about what has happened, and I think it is now left for CAF to now show that they know what they are doing and they are up to the task to met out sanction on every offending country. So, but I will not be surprised anyways at the end of the day if CAF only say that Libya should pay some of amount of money, or they should go and replay the match in a neutral venue without any sanction. I will not be surprised, because CAF has always been of double standard over time. Yeah, I'm saying this outrightly the way it is. But then we keep our fingers crossed and we hope that other African countries will learn to accommodate each other.
God, African countries will learn to accommodate each other. I fear this is where we'll leave it on the program. Sort of the this evening, but we'll be having you back on our subsequent show. We'll still be looking at this incident, because it is not over until CAF makes a statement. At least, let's hear what CAF will say. Let's see what they will do. They are investigating it. Then we can take it up from there. Ayola, thanks for joining me all the way from Benin City this evening on the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right, that is it on Sports Update. I am Emmanuel Fashimi. Say thanks for watching.